I think he's nervous and he's giving off energy as if he's trying to dilute his brain into believing things that are basically not going to happen.
Shakur can move laterally too. He can, and he will.
Teo can be on the side of you while he's giving you angles he can match Shakur's speed. Speed, yes, maybe not technique, but speed, yes. He has better power and his feet are really good. So when he's on the side and creating angles, yes, I like Shakur on points. I would not be surprised if Teo won.
Realistically, Teo got to go in and go for broke. He got to go gamble, he got to take some, get some, and that's his only.
Shakur goes off on Teofimo Lopez in press conference. Shakur wasn't holding back. He's sending a serious warning to Teofimo. Watching Teo's past fights, he's never forced a top opponent to quit, and Shakur is confident he'll be the first. In the press conference, he made it clear, when that bell rings, it won't just be a fight, it'll be a statement, and Teo is in for the toughest night of his career.
Don't understand how he can dilute his brain into believing that when he didn't make Steve Claggett, that's his name, Steve Claggett, quit. He didn't make him quit. He didn't make George Kambosos quit. He did not make Lomachenko quit. So what in the world makes him think that he's going to make me quit?
Teofimo isn't backing down. He's making it clear he's prepared for anything Shakur throws at him. He acknowledges Shakur's rise and skill, but stresses that past performances don't guarantee future dominance. Whether Shakur shows the same form or not, Teo claims he's ready for both scenarios. It's a bold statement of confidence, setting the stage for a clash where both fighters know the other is dangerous.
I don't know. I think that with Shakur Stevenson, his fight with Cepeda, this was a good run for him to get to this point right now. And I think that's just why we're at this pinnacle in the ring 6 and why it's all happening now. So, but seeing him stylistically in that fight doesn't mean that he's going to carry that every time. Right. If he does, we're ready. And if he doesn't, we're also ready.
Even from the press conference, it's clear Teofimo is trying to project confidence, but everyone including Malik sees through it. Malik points out that Shakur is on another level. Teo hasn't faced anyone with this kind of skill and discipline. While Teofimo threatens and rants in public, the reality is Shakur's precision, footwork, and composure make him the one calling the shots when they finally meet in the ring.
He's on points. I got Shakur on points.
Yep, that's smart.
Yeah, I just can't. You wonder what would be a shocker if Teo pulled it off and did something like stop Shakur.
But Teo won his 2 biggest fights on points, and by the way,
by nobody that's on Shakur.
Tim Bradley says the punch he's most worried about Shakur getting hit with is the left hook, and he's not exaggerating. Teofimo's left hook is his most dangerous weapon, capable of changing the course of a fight in an instant. Even with Shakur's elite defense and sharp footwork, everyone in the press conference knows that one perfectly timed hook from Teo could make things unpredictable inside the ring.
The punch that I'm worried about for Shakur getting hit with the most from Teo, and he's devastating with this punch, is the left hook. Okay? The left hook.
Eddie Hearn explains that unlike many young fighters who lose focus when fame and money come fast, Shakur Stevenson stays disciplined and sharp. While Teofimo Lopez has had ups and downs, Shakur's dedication to training, his lifestyle, and focus on legacy over cash set him apart. Hearn highlights that this mindset makes Shakur not just a skilled fighter, but a professional who's ready for anyone Teo brings into the ring.
Like this, and coming off the back of the Teofimo Lopez fight, Loma fight, he lost the trajectory because life gets tough. When these kids start all of a sudden making a load of money, getting a load of criticism, finding fame, it's not easy to deal with. Fighters should look at Shakur. He's always in camp. He's never out of shape. You'll never see him out drunk. You'll never see him out doing stupid things. And because the money is secondary. Legacy is principle.
Roy Jones Jr. breaks it down in the simplest way possible. This fight is all about style. He believes Teofimo has only one path to victory, and that's taking risks and forcing chaos. If Teo tries to box patiently, Shakur will control him with footwork, timing, and defense. According to Roy, Shakur's movement and ring IQ make him one of the hardest fighters to hit cleanly in today's game.
Stylistically, man, how does Shakur beat Teo, and vice versa? Stylistically, how does Teo beat Shakur?
Stylistically, Teo got to go in and go for broke. He got to go gamble. He got to take some, get some, and that's his only way to win.
he stays outside the boxes, Shakur gonna pick him apart. Shakur's a polished boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's gonna be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely make it a really good fight.
Teofimo Lopez turns up the heat with raw threats, promising to hand Shakur his first loss in brutal fashion. He's trying to dominate the narrative through aggression and intimidation, pushing the idea that Shakur hasn't faced someone at his level yet. But this kind of talk also adds pressure, because once you speak this boldly, the ring becomes the only place where those words can be backed up or completely exposed.
And I think you could attest with me. I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he...
Keyshawn Davis is hyping up the upcoming fight with full confidence, putting both himself and Shakur Stevenson at the top of the boxing world. He emphasizes that their skill, athleticism, and versatility make them unmatched in the ring. This isn't just talk. Keyshawn is setting the stage for dominance, signaling that when they step in on January 31st, fans should expect a commanding high-level display from two of the sport's best.
Just know, January 31st, me and Shakur is going to put on dominating performances. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we are the best in boxing, period. Skillfully, physically, any type you want, whatever you want to do, how you want to call it, I feel like we're the best in boxing, me and Shakur, period. And next week we're going to...
Gary Antuane Russell believes a surprising upset is only possible if Teofimo fights like he did in his prime, especially when he defeated Lomachenko. Russell points out that Lopez has natural strength, athleticism, and boxing IQ, which could give him real problems if he lands consistently and keeps pressure on Stevenson. At the same time, he acknowledges Shakur's own technical brilliance and ring craft. This fight truly comes down to who executes their strategy better on fight night: controlled aggression from Teo or clinical precision from Stevenson.
Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur. And he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised.
Kenny Porter emphasizes that Teofimo Lopez isn't just in this fight to compete, he's in it to win. Porter underlines that while Shakur is a polished boxer with elite defensive skills, Teo brings dogged determination, comparable speed, and real fight-ending power. The key for Lopez, according to Porter, will be matching Stevenson's pace while forcing him into uncomfortable exchanges. It isn't just about skill, it's about mental toughness and execution. This makes the showdown unpredictable and dangerous for both fighters on January 31st.
Definitely in this fight, he's in it to win it. I mean, we talking pure boxing, Shakur, but we talk a dog, Teo. Yeah. And Teo's just as fast. There's speed and there's elite speed. Teo's got speed. Shakur's got elite speed. But that's not too far off, especially when you're not a come-forward fighter. Shakur's not a come-forward, step to you with my speed.
Antonio Tarver highlights what makes Teofimo Lopez a genuine threat: his ability to mix both hands in combinations, creating openings that can hurt even defensively elite fighters like Shakur Stevenson. Tarver's insight points out that the danger isn't just one big punch, it's sustained, intelligent aggression that forces reactions. If Lopez can exploit timing windows and mix power with movement, he could disrupt Stevenson's rhythm. But Stevenson's technical precision and movement could neutralize those attempts if he stays disciplined and keeps the fight at his preferred range.
Makes Teofimo, I believe, dangerous in this fight. He throws both hands in succession. He's a combination type puncher, and that always serves well if you got a real slick defensive fighter in there. If Shakur can show us a little bit of that, what he had in his last fight, a lot of that work in the center of the ring, it's going to be...
Malik Scott explains that while Teofimo has explosive speed and natural physical gifts, Shakur's fundamentals and boxing IQ give him a clear edge. Scott believes that Lopez still has questions to answer, especially about consistency and handling elite technical fighters like Stevenson. He argues that mistakes in timing or overcommitment will be costly against someone who reads fighters so well. According to Scott, Stevenson's experience and seasoning will likely shine through, forcing Lopez to prove he can adapt under pressure rather than relying solely on bursts of power.
I have Shakur winning. I think Teo, concerning explosiveness, he get it. Rapid speed, he get it. But I think when it comes to the craft and fundamentals, you have to go with Shakur. To me, he's a lot more seasoned. And plus, I just believe Teofimo, he makes mistakes to me you just can't make when you're fighting Shakur. You can't be over.
Emiliano Vargas, who has shared rounds with Shakur Stevenson in sparring, gives a grounded and honest take on how this fight could play out. He doesn't lean into hype or trash talk. Instead, he highlights how close this matchup really is. Vargas suggests this is likely a fight that goes the distance, with both fighters having paths to victory depending on execution. He points toward judging, pacing, and mentality as deciding factors. What makes his warning to Teofimo interesting is that he's felt Shakur's timing and control firsthand. Vargas understands that Stevenson can choose when to engage and when to coast, which forces opponents to overreach. If Teofimo can't impose himself early or clearly, this could become a chess match rather than a war, something that favors Shakur's composure and ring IQ.
I think it would go the distance. I can see a decision for Shakur. I can see a decision for Teofimo. It just depends on how if Shakur wants to fight or not. How the judges are gonna score it. So it just depends on which fighter shows up for.
Ben Whitaker offers a balanced perspective, giving Teofimo Lopez credit for his athleticism, creativity, and awkward style, while still leaning toward Shakur Stevenson as the safer pick. He acknowledges Teo's explosiveness and unpredictability, which always make him dangerous, but stresses that Shakur's ability to slow fights down separates him from most elite fighters. According to Whitaker, Stevenson's control of distance, tempo, and positioning allows him to neutralize chaos and force opponents to fight on his terms. That's critical against someone like Teofimo, who thrives when fights get frantic. Whitaker's analysis reinforces a common theme. Teo can win moments, but Shakur wins minutes. Over 12 rounds, that composure and discipline could quietly stack rounds and frustrate Teofimo into mistakes.
Teofimo, he's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter. He's very athletic. He comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, and I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone, I'm going Shakur. But
the Wade concept dives into the mindset of elite fighters and perfectly frames the psychological battle between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. He explains that the very belief bordering on delusion is what allows champions to perform at the highest level. In this case, Teofimo genuinely believes he's the best boxer alive, with zero doubt in his mind. That confidence fuels his aggression, his trash talk, and his willingness to take risks. But Wade also aligns with Shakur's view. Teo's self-belief can sometimes cross into overconfidence. Against a disciplined technician like Stevenson, unchecked belief can become a liability. If Teofimo assumes he can simply impose his will, Shakur's precision, patience, and ability to exploit mistakes could turn that confidence into frustration as the fight wears on.
Athletes is they possess a level of delusion that allows them to believe they're the best at what they do on the planet, and there is no reservations about that. Like, I agree with Shakur that Teo legitimately thinks he's the best boxer in the world and has no reservations about it. Like, no.
Fabio Wardley keeps his assessment simple but telling, focusing on recent form and cleanliness. He leans toward Shakur Stevenson because of how sharp, composed, and efficient he's looked lately. Wardley makes it clear this isn't disrespect toward Teofimo Lopez, who he still recognizes as a high-level fighter with real threats. However, momentum matters in boxing, and Shakur's consistency stands out. His defense, punch selection, and control have reached a point where opponents struggle to land cleanly or dictate pace. Wardley's view reflects what many analysts are seeing. Teofimo has flashes of brilliance, but Shakur delivers sustained excellence. When one fighter relies on moments and the other relies on mastery, betting against the cleaner technician becomes very difficult.
I think I will go with Stevenson. Skills-wise and just how clean he's been as of late, I think it's hard to bet against him, and that's not to take anything away from Teofimo. Great fighter, but I just think Shakur is just too clean at the moment.
Shakur Stevenson responds to Teofimo Lopez's accusations with visible irritation, completely dismissing the narrative being pushed against him. Rather than engaging emotionally, Shakur flips the pressure back onto Teofimo, making it clear that talk means nothing once the fight starts. His tone suggests supreme confidence, not forced bravado, but belief rooted in preparation and control. Shakur isn't interested in debating who quits or who's tougher. He's confident the fight itself will expose the truth. By calling Teofimo's claims nonsense, Stevenson positions himself as the calmer, more focused fighter heading into the bout. It's a classic contrast, Teo selling aggression and dominance, Shakur trusting discipline and execution. When confidence meets composure, the ring becomes the ultimate judge.
Saying all of these things that I was doing and accusing me of cap, so truthfully, I don't got nothing to say about that dude. I think he's full of shit.
Shakur Stevenson responds to Teofimo Lopez's accusations with visible irritation, completely dismissing the narrative being pushed against him. Rather than engaging emotionally, Shakur flips the pressure back onto Teofimo, making it clear that talk means nothing once the fight starts. His tone suggests supreme confidence, not forced bravado, but belief rooted in preparation and control. Shakur isn't interested in debating who quits or who's tougher. He's confident the fight itself will expose the truth. By calling Teofimo's claims nonsense, Stevenson positions himself as the calmer, more focused fighter heading into the bout. It's a classic contrast, Teo selling aggression and dominance, Shakur trusting discipline and execution. When confidence meets composure, the ring becomes the ultimate judge.